on track. I am still going to be right. Darby is getting the title for Mox. Sorry, Hangman is going to be great.
We just watched a generational match. I don't give a fuck about Darby Allin right now. Sorry, Darby.
That was
Let's talk about AEW Double or Nothing, one of the best pay-per-views of the year.
We're not going to dig into 0 Hour, but shout out to my girl NJ who actually slayed it. Harley Cameron too.
I was hoping for a Ty Mello return. We didn't get that.
Absolute queens. Absolute queens.
But we will start off with the Women's Owen Hart Tournament. You guys let us know what your favorite match was, how you feel about each of these matches as we go about them. But Mercedes Moné ends up defeating Jamie Hayter in what I believe is the longest AEW women's match of all time.
It has to be, because when they hit, it was like almost 20 minutes or maybe at 20 exactly. It was like the longest they'd ever had.
I want to say it was like 20 minutes and like 5 seconds or something.
It was something like really close
to 20 minutes.
And that was
Mercedes' stat, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, super excited about this. I love this match. I put this on my possible women's match of the year contenders list, which I'm going to have to start narrowing down all of my of the year contenders for everything. I really love this match. I did struggle because this was on at the same time as Kalani and Sol, which was also a really, really good women's match. But I love this match. I wanted Mercedes to win. I think it makes the most sense, in my opinion. And I'm very excited to see her and Tony at All In. I'm really not sure who wins that one.
I really love this match. I was rooting for Jamie to get the Jamie-Tony story back up. And maybe that's something for Jamie to do post All In, because I believe that Mercedes is winning the championship. I think that we have Mercedes win the title, and then Athena loses the title to Billie at All In, and then Athena comes up and says that she knows that she can beat Mercedes. They feud for a little bit. We get to Full Gear All In, World's End, and that's when Mercedes drops the championship, and then begins to lose all of the championships slowly and surely.
Yeah.
But yeah, easily one of the best women's matches of the year. Mercedes is on a run that is insane. I just made a video talking about how weird I think that the Mercedes haters are. Just in the way that they talk about her. It's not like, oh yeah, she's not my cup of tea. It's like, no, she doesn't deserve this. She sucks. She's awful. And it's like, you've went so far in the lie that like you can't even make it believable, because this girl is putting on consistently probably the best women's matches of anyone out there, and I say that as one of the biggest Io Sky supporters. Her, like, she's just Mercedes. She doesn't have bad matches.
They've gone so far into it that they can't fathom the embarrassment on if they go back on it, so they just have to like dig the hole deeper and deeper. It's kind of like when you tell one lie and then you tell a lie to cover up that lie, and then a lie to cover up that lie, and it just keeps going. And they've gotten to the point where like it's too humiliating for them to ever say that she could have anything good. So they just double down. I did have one of those people comment on my video about Mercedes. I did immediately block him. He didn't even get a response from me. I was like, I know off that comment that your energy is not something I ever want to be around.
Yeah, no, the Mercedes hater energy is
it's
something
crazy
I
that
do
y'all
not
hate
Mercedes
this much and Jamie Hayter dresses like that. That's crazy.
Okay. So Jamie Hayter dope. Thank you so much. Jamie Hayter dope.
She's no character.
She's no character. I am so excited for the character that's coming now with Jamie Hayter.
Let's hope we get
She's
one.
Always had a great
finally.
Character.
The character is just she's good in the ring. And she wears clothes from that 70s show.
It's a good character, just be a fucking beast, huh?
No, it's not.
So
it's not a character.
I think that what Jamie had said in that promo on the Go Home Dynamite of, if I lose this, who am I? Why did I come back? Who is Jamie Hayter, and why do people care?
And I said, questions for all of us. And I was right.
Questions that I can answer. I care about Jamie Hayter, and I am very excited to see Jamie Hayter's next trajectory. I do think that Jamie Hayter is going to be somebody that can be an AEW mentor to somebody like Billie, because she told Billie that to watch out for Athena. She can be somebody that I think that can see the snakes in the grass, and that can be a really interesting trajectory for Jamie till she eventually, I think, ends up becoming at least women's champion or TBS champion. But Mercedes, I think, is winning that. And I think that this makes total sense. Mercedes, Tony, your two biggest women characters in the biggest show of the year. There's a lot of reasonings on why to do that. It's 2 + 2 = 4 here. I do think that Mercedes is the one to dethrone Tony. And I think that Athena is probably the first one to actually beat Mercedes.
It's possible.
Yeah. Mercedes is dope, man. She's so good. Either
I
that
think,
or Willow.
I think, fortunately, as time goes on, we're getting more and more possibilities for women in AEW that we could shake it up with. So I do like that trajectory. I'm open to that, but I'm very interested to see kind of who pops up and where they go. Julia Hart is back. Sky Blue is back. They could be involved in any different way of any of these women too. So I'm excited.
Yeah. Julia and Sky could get into it with Jamie. Yeah,
that was who one of Jamie's last matches was with. Didn't they do?
Really?
They did second, but not the third or something. Because Jamie had like a visa issue, and then she got hurt.
Oh, that's right. It was against Julia. Yeah. You're right. Yeah,
they did the second one, but not the third one. And Jamie left the ring saying, "Whenever you want the third, let me know."
Yeah, that's right.
And then like each got hurt. Each had visa.
Call there.
I know. That's what I do. That's what I do. That's what I do. That's what I do. I pay attention to Julia, not Jamie. Anyway, moving on to the next match. So I hate them so much. FTR defeats Garcia and Nigel. Just you can't make me like them. I don't know if there's enough. Yeah, I don't know if there's enough money in the fucking world. But Tony, if you'd like to try, I'm open to that. To make me like FTR, I just can't. I can't do it. It was like, I didn't like them off the bat, and then it was like a funny thing because they were friends with Punk, but like I truly can't find a single fucking thing I like about them.
I like their heel run right now. I like their heel character. They had Tony Schiavone apologize. They forced him to. Though I like this match, I was kind of waiting for that thing to happen, whether it was the Cope return, whether it was the Daniel Garcia or Nigel turn, or it was the Daddy Magic turn. None of that ended up happening. Garcia ends up passing out in this match. I do like this match. And look, I am the number one Garcia guy. I feel like this I don't know, the story isn't hitting the way that I wanted it to. I felt like this was a moment for something else to kind of shift the story, and it didn't really happen. Maybe that happens on Dynamite, and they didn't want to waste just everything at this pay-per-view. Fair. I feel like this match went a little too long, too. I've seen a lot of praise on the timeline for this match. I feel like
the timeline overall was good for it.
It was, well, I would give this, I hate the star ratings, but like I would be somewhere around like at 3.5, and I've seen people be like, oh, it's 4.5 star match. I don't know. I didn't get into it in the same way that everyone else did. So I'm happy that people were really rocking with this because that's my boy. But I don't know. This match just didn't hit for me, and I don't think that this story is really hitting for me at the moment.
I mean, I think respectfully, I think this is the least exciting story on the card.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Paragon and Don Callis family, but yeah.
I forgot that existed. So yeah, I guess I stand corrected.
Yeah.
Second.
Yeah.
Least exciting story on the card. They're just like, I almost feel like I don't know how much of a conversation is had around Daniel Garcia's character, but I feel like Garcia feels he's this. Somebody in creative wants him to be this, and they're trying to like, it's like when you're a kid and you have that like that little square box thing, and you're trying to take the circle cube and you're trying to stuff it into the fucking rectangle, and it just is not working, and then the whole thing breaks and everybody dies. So like maybe
you had a different childhood than me.
Maybe we don't do that. There's just, to me it feels like there's like a disconnect.
Yeah, no, there
is. Like they're trying to put Garcia in like this different spot than like what he's made for.
Yes,
it's just not working. It's not like, I'm sorry. You put him in a ring with FTR, I'm laughing. And respectfully, Garcia was laughing on Dynamite at like Nigel. Like it doesn't fit. When we were doing like him and Cope, him and Danielson, his breakaway from Jericho, all that felt more real.
Yeah.
This doesn't feel, this is not like New Yorker Garcia hanging out with Private Party. This is like, we're trying to make them stuffy and like goody two shoes, annoying, weird. I don't like it. It just doesn't fit. And then he comes out, he's talking like this. That doesn't go with FTR, Nigel.
So I think that's a little bit of my disconnect here. Is I like the fact that he's going up against FTR. I like the fact that he's teaming up with Nigel for the technical aspect of it, but I feel as though they don't really, I don't know whether it's Garcia in the ring or if it's the story that they try to lay out, but they don't ever really kind of go hard on the Garcia like technical ability. I want to see Garcia start submitting motherfuckers. Like I want to see him really become that like brutal technician that like Danielson was in Ring of Honor, if that they're going that route. Lee Moriarty's kind of doing that in Ring of Honor, right? They're not doing that for Garcia. Genuinely, I feel like Garcia works way better as just like putting him as like a New York badass, almost like in the way that they really try to have Hook do some of that.
Yeah,
Garcia could do that. Garcia can really play that role. Have him play that role with Private Party. Have him play that role with Eddie Kingston that he used to.
And actually talk, because Hook doesn't speak.
I also think Garcia is a really good talker, and they should allow him to be on the mic a little bit more.
I mean, who was the promo against? Was it Jack? that he had that really good crazy promo against.
Yeah.
And it was
MJF too. The promo
was
is MJF that he fucking killed.
I can see him like standing on the rope screaming over the mic.
That's MJF.
It was MJF. Okay. Yeah. But like it was like we did that, and then we lost him. Like I don't know. It's like this isn't.
It's vortexes, man.
This is
he just puts in a vortexes.
It's Lil Danny instead of like Daniel Garcia.
Yeah.
This is Lil Danny, and I don't really like Lil Danny.
I just want to see him.
I like him. I just don't think the chemistry's not working. Something's not fitting.
I just want to see him be that badass New Yorker that can also play like an emotional role, like of a Hangman or like of an Eddie. I think that I can see him in those next roles, but I don't think that the stories that they place him in are right for that.
No. But that's like this was my worry where I was like we've talked about like being worried about AEW kind of losing the hype around certain wrestlers and they kind of fall into like the abyss or the vortex. I feel like others have picked back up. Like Jack Perry's picked back up. Hangman's
Jack Perry's gone. The fuck are you talking about?
We are all desperately awaiting his return. He
you
has not fallen
and 6
anywhere.
people, dog.
No,
he's been gone for 8 months.
No, he's been fine. Okay, Jack Perry had there were some issues. Okay, and he picked back up. He's fine.
Did Wardlow pick back up, or is it like?
I forgot about him.
Everyone at home.
Anyway, my point is, Garcia may be lost in the abyss. I don't know how to pick him back up.
I know how to pick him back up.
They had 2 really good chances where the fans were so behind him, and they didn't take either of them.
I know how to pick him back up. Pair that man with Private Party.
Oh, God.
Let them be fun. Because Garcia's fun. That's the problem. Like, I really didn't have a problem with him staying originally with Jericho and JAS because he got to be funny, and then they stopped allowing him to do that. And I was like, you should have just fucking put him with Blackpool Combat Club then. But I like that they would back in the day allow Garcia to be a personality, and they no longer do that. You said what?
He wants to hang out with Wheeler. Yeah.
No one wants to do that. Now we get to one of the unexpected greatest, like one of my top 10 matches that I didn't care for. And then absolutely cared for Ricochet, Mark Briscoe.
Okay,
Stretcher
that's a way to word that.
Match, holy shit. Just an unexpected gem. And honestly, I shouldn't have this as an unexpected gem because it's Mark Briscoe, who is one of the best.
Yeah, he's just so fun.
Just like one of the best. Throw him in there in a random story and he's going to have like a fucking 4-star at minimum match. And then Ricochet is on an insane heater of a role in AEW. Yeah. Ricochet wins this stretcher match in a match that I feared for Mark Briscoe's life legitimately with how much he bled. I don't know if that was just like a crazy blade job. Ricochet is able to put him in the ambulance. I really like the idea of AEW continuing with stretcher matches. It's something new for them. I think that this is the first ever stretcher match, I want to say.
I feel like they did one before.
They may have.
But only like one.
My memory sucks. But
so does mine.
I think that this is like, okay. Let's keep like that now up because they do Texas death matches all the time and Anarchy in the arena and stuff like that. Stretcher match can become a more focal point of AEW if you have matches like this. Mark Briscoe, it genuinely like he's on an insane ride. He's really, I think that his resume was always crazy. A lot of people, before Jay's passing, had considered them the best tag team of all time. But now I think that we've gotten this solo Mark Briscoe run of just going, wow, no, like he was always special.
Yeah.
And like now his resume is kind of cemented as just like one of the best and probably most underrated wrestlers of this generation and of maybe last generation too.
Yeah. I think he is just kind of that guy that you could throw him into anything and it's going to be not just like a good match, but it's going to be something that like fans are really into. Fans just gravitate to him.
Yeah.
Like just like he could never be a heel because he will get cheered.
Yeah.
Like it just doesn't matter.
You can't
Everybody just loves him.
He's not a heel.
He's not. He is just a forever babyface, but in a very different way than like Cody feels like a forever babyface. He's a forever babyface because the fans will never turn on him. Yeah. They will pick him over everyone. Yeah. It literally doesn't matter. But I did like this match a lot. The next match, I surprisingly didn't see a ton of because of whatever was happening.
Oh, on NXT?
On NXT
because we were streaming.
I think that was the family match. Was during this one.
Probably.
So it was Hurt Syndicate defeated Sons of Texas. We kind of figured Sammy was not winning this one. I watched as much as I could when Sammy was in ring.
Right.
It was a good match. I mean, it was about 12 and a half minutes. I didn't expect it to be much longer than that. To be completely honest with you, I felt like it was pretty obvious Hurt Syndicate won. MVP is already pissing off Bobby. So that's like,
Yeah.
0.5 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I felt like this match was just I'm not really fully sure what the point of Sons of Texas being involved in this is, to be completely honest with you. Maybe, like you said, leading into something for All In since it's in Texas, but I worry AEW fans don't like Sammy. And I worry that, like, even if you're in Texas, I don't know how well it's going to go, but we can see.
I think that they did this was a Sammy Guevara special where they're like, I don't really care. And then he gets in the ring and he starts doing some cool moves and they're like, all right, he's kind of fucking dope, isn't he? And then by the end they go, yeah, I don't care again. I think that this is to set up either the Sons of Texas versus the Hurt Syndicate at All In, and the Sons of Texas end up winning the AEW Tag Team Championships in Texas. I could see this as a really big spot for them. I could see Ty also returning at some point. I think what you do, the wheels are now turning in my head, is to do something with the Hurt Syndicate and MJF accidentally cost them because Ty Mello comes out to neutralize MVP or MJF. And MJF accidentally ends up costing, runs into Bobby on accident, hits Bobby, hits Shaw, takes the Dynamite Diamond Ring, accidentally hits Bobby instead. And we get Dustin and Sammy to win the tag titles. If that does happen, I don't imagine that they're tag team champions for long. I like the new tag division that AEW has been creating, a little low key on Collision. But I don't think that the Hurt Syndicate are much longer going to be tag champs with MJF getting involved.
Yeah, I'm sure there's going to be some fuckery.
MJF helping out the Hurt Syndicate could give the Sons of Texas a reasoning on getting a rematch. We got to get some better mic work, and we got to get some better promos from Dustin and Sammy, though.
I feel like the problem is either like they're throwing it in last minute, or there's no real direction for the story, or they're not sure what the next move is, and they're like, Dustin, figure it out. Yeah. Something's not right.
No, it feels like it's thrown together, and they're kind of rooting for Dustin to kind of just take over.
They're praying Dustin could just, like, make it work. Yeah. And it's like, he can only do that so much. You have to give him, like, he can't say too much, because then if he says something, and that's not the direction you're going, then that fucks up the whole thing. Like, you have to give him the plan. I think
they know the direction of where they're going with this. Obviously, with like MJF costing the Hurt Syndicate, and then the Hurt Syndicate hurting MJF. But I don't think that they know who is the team to do so.
Well, that's what I mean. They don't know the specifics of what's happening.
Now it could be GYV. That'd be great at All In, or Forbidden Door. That'd be awesome.
Right.
Paragon maybe.
Bye.
Don Callis family, something like that. Big Bill and Brian Keith. I guess they were gonna do that, and then that kind of stopped. So I genuinely, I don't know. I don't feel like they're sold on another tag team yet.
Because there isn't a really good one.
No, the tag division is very, very good. I like the tag division right now.
Okay, yeah, as like a wrestling fan, but as like a general, like, I'm a wrestling fan looking for like to be entertained. There's not one.
No, it's just Tony just fucking give GYV the ball, like.
Okay, GYV would be fine, but Paragon and oh god, don't get me started. Anyway, next was Okada and Mike Bailey. Okada retains, obviously. This was a good match. This was a
stellar match.
I am sure that we will see more of them in the future. I really like he's been in like, he's kind of like touched in a couple different stories. There's no like set thing for Bailey yet, but I have liked everything that he's done. I like that he's just kind of coming in and they're just letting him like have these really good matches and like one-offs here and there. I do think we see him as some sort of champion in the next like 12 months minimum, or like maximum.
Absolutely. Speedball,
if not like end of year.
Speedball could be the C2 winner next year.
Yeah, that's true.
Speedball, this year.
Yeah.
Speedball, I got multiple ideas for Speedball. Like Kevin Knight tag titles, you know what I mean? Kevin Knight come back, they're the people to beat Hurt Syndicate. Yeah. Hello, I'm down.
That would be better.
Or you could do Speedball, and you know, there's a guy, I don't believe that he's with DDT, or his contract's about to end with DDT. He's in the best of Super Juniors right now. We could redo Moonlight Express with him and Mao. I mean, there's so many different angles that we could have with Speedball, because Speedball kind of is in that Orange Cassidy or Mark Briscoe role of kind of just throw him in as the babyface good guy in this story, and he's going to be awesome because Speedball is awesome. But this is a perfect example of Twitter lies to you. in a match because Okada's fucking dope.
Okay.
And every single time there's a match that happens on Dynamite that's fucking 10 minutes and it's not the greatest match, they go, Okada's washed. It's over for Okada. He just took the money, said bitch in AEW and ran. He's washed. And then he has a match like this and you go, nah, he still got it. Goat still got it.
You say, yeah.
Yeah, when I see Okada, I do. I guess.
We know. That's crazy. We're on different Twitters.
What?
I see no Okada hate.
Oh, I see a ton of Okada hate.
I also block everybody who says anything even remotely that I don't like.
I see so many people being like, oh, you guys like Okada? Big Kazu in 2025. Go fuck yourself. Yeah, Big Kazu in 2025. Okada's a beast. But it's a big deal that this was Speedball's first pin. First time he got pinned.
Yeah.
In his time in AEW. Very interested to see what he does next. He can rebound from this quite easily.
He'll be fine. Yeah.
Wait, right? Did he get pinned by Kenny at the pay-per-view?
No, that was Ricochet.
It was Ricochet that took the pin? All right, yeah. So Speedball, this is his first time getting pinned. I do think that they're going to do Okada Kenny now. So it's probably for the unification of the championships, considering that they both have the titles.
I hope so, because all y'all keep gaslighting yourself into thinking they're unifying these damn titles.
I was kind of like convincing myself that they weren't going to do that, and Okada was going to lose here to Speedball. So much so that I would have put money on it. By the way, I got to take my money out. I did win money. But yeah.
Okay. Next, we had Timeless, Toni Storm, and Mina. Harry was disappointed. Harry was bark cussing out Tony Khan. Unhappy. Miserable. He left. Stayed upstairs for the rest of the stream. There was no Mariah May. I am scared that I have to admit she's done. I was hoping they would do something with her now that Mina was in AEW, and I don't think they're doing it. I think she's going to WWE. Hunter, if you water her down, I will find you. Let her be Mariah, or I'll be fucking pissed. They're gonna water her down. Anyway.
Nah, I believe.
I'm not gonna believe.
Mariah May, Io Sky, fucking.
I'm praying Netflix era allows Mariah to stay Mariah. Just don't ruin her. She's perfect the way that she is.
Mariah May, Io Sky, just let them be beasts.
I mean, the matches are going to be amazing.
Let them be
I
beasts,
just meant character-wise.
Awesome.
But the Toni Storm Mina match, good match. Almost
Very
16 minutes.
I
enjoyed it. Mina's just kind of fun. She's just fun to watch. I like Mina a lot.
It's very funny because you get a lot of styles, and I was saying how important AEW is, and especially pay-per-views like this, because you get so many different styles of wrestling.
Yeah.
You got a bloody ass stretcher match. You got some of the best women's wrestling that you will see in North America, and then you got kind of more of the old school work the limb type stuff, which is very funny considering it's Mina, who is seen as more of like the dancer, kind of like flashier wrestler. But Mina really works on Tony's knee quite heavily, and Tony really sells it really, really hard in this match. I think that this is probably Tony's last successful title defense. The kiss with Mina, later Tony said, they're just casual lovers.
Yes,
that's
right,
it. Just casual.
Just casual.
It's just no big deal,
No,
just,
it's fine.
But I don't think that Mariah's coming back unless it would be for an All-In or a Forbidden Door. But I am done saying that she is going to be coming back. I think she's gone. And that's that. And hopefully Mina has something really, really fun. I could see, now that Mina's probably out of the title picture, Mina Shirakawa and Harley Cameron could be generational.
That could be a great tag team, yeah.
It could be a great tag team, especially if we get Ty J back and Anna's with Ty.
Yeah.
So make the fucking tag division. Either make a women's tag division, Tony Khan, or make an intergender tag division. As we talk about this match, that was jaw-dropping, awe-inspiring. Holy fuck. Arguably the most fun I've had in a match in like years.
Yeah.
Anarchy in the arena. Team AEW versus the Death Riders.
I think it's the most fun I've had watching a match in a very, very
It
long
was
time.
so
It was just
fun.
It was just fun. They put the right people into this match to make it fun. You had like everybody was good wrestlers, but you have like those really good wrestlers, like you have the Kenny and you have the Swerve and you have Shibata, Claudio. We put women in this match for the first time, and there were genuinely no two more perfect women to be in this match than Marina and Willow. And then you have like for fucking funsies, stupid shit Young Bucks in there to just add like weird funny shit to it. It was great. It was perfection.
The thing I love about the Bucks, I genuinely, I wonder who made Anarchy in the Arena, like the concept, because it does give me some like Kenny Omega, Young Bucks vibes, because they're some of the best wrestlers in the world. Genuinely, like I know the Bucks get so much hate, but like they are some of the best wrestlers in the world, and they're doing some crazy ass shit while in Founding Fathers, gear.
That's so insane.
It just like the.
I feel like, not to cut you off, I feel like the Young Bucks are going to be prime perfection definitions of like, you hate them while they're here. The second they retire, everybody's gonna be like, oh, do you remember when they did that? That was so fucking cool.
They're not currently getting their flowers.
They're never gonna get their flowers until they retire.
Yeah.
And you 100%. Don't get to see it anymore. Like you take it for granted until it's gone. Yep. And then you're gonna be like, damn, remember when they did that in the fucking Founding Fathers gear? Like no one ever did that. It's so crazy. It's shit like that is gonna happen to them.
I mean, taking, thumbtacks to the face. Like Matt Jackson gets put through a table that catches on fire or explodes, an exploding
we have
table.
Swantons off the stage. We have Swerve stomps off a forklift.
Swerve comes out in a forklift. Yeah. We have Hook. Hook comes back in this match. I'm gonna try to go through like a timeline of what happens in this match. So we start off. Yeah,
it was only 35 minutes. It felt longer.
Right, yeah, it did. So we have Swerve coming out with the Predator gear, right? We have Kenny coming. We have Kenny coming back. Captain America, Founding Fathers gear for the Bucks. Joe was nowhere to be found, and then just comes back to basically kill Claudio.
Yeah.
Hook comes back in the Kenny hoodie from South Park. A little reference to you didn't kill me.
Yeah.
Then we have Gabe Kidd getting involved with the briefcase, hitting Joe. Willow has her ear padlocked to a pole by Marina.
It gave me so much anxiety.
Marina staples Swerve's tongue. Swerve pops up on a forklift.
Yeah, Swerve stomps off the forklift, which had a professional driver, by the way. Good job, Tony Khan.
Well, yeah, it's very important to be forklift certified.
Yep.
He got all the girls that night. The Swanton off the stage. Exploding table. Mark Briscoe.
Oh, yeah.
We kept commenting on the fact that the ambulance was still there, and we were like, did the ambulance take Mark Briscoe to the hospital?
He might have really needed to go.
He really bled so much that he might have needed to go to the hospital.
He didn't go to the hospital.
No, he comes back out, and he is the, Gabe Kidd neutralizer.
Yeah.
Which we all convinced ourselves it was Eddie Kingston or Kota Ibushi or somebody like that.
We all convinced us? I did not. I actually specifically said I don't think it's Eddie, and I told you it's not Ibushi.
It's fair.
Everybody but me.
Some people thought it may be Darby. It was Mark Briscoe.
I also said it wasn't that. I knew.
And I do think that this was a really cool spot for Briscoe.
Yeah.
I've seen so many people be like, Briscoe's buried. I don't think Briscoe's buried. I don't think that they see Briscoe as an AEW world champion, but he's in such a good, great role, as we've talked about, as a babyface.
Buried is in my opinion, buried is, we all know it's way too it's overused. The word is overused like crazy. But in my opinion, if you're buried, it means you are stagnant.
Mm-hmm.
Like you are losing every single match. You're not having a ton of matches to begin with. You're not really getting to talk, and you're not getting any opportunities.
You're not in significant stories.
You're basically insignificant. You're not making any change anywhere. You're not getting anything out of the fans. You're stagnant. You're just in the same spot doing the same thing repeatedly, and you're not getting anything out of it. That is.
Shout out Shakio for the follow.
That is not Mark Briscoe. Yeah. Mark Briscoe is someone where you put him out there and the fans are gonna be hyped every single time.
Yeah.
That man is never gonna be buried.
No.
He's fine. I do think he was a fun, somewhat surprising pick.
Yeah.
To neutralize Gabe Kidd, but I was for it. I liked it. I liked it a lot.
You know who I really liked in this match? I really liked Hobbs. I really liked Hobbs and Willow as a pair.
Yeah.
They really worked well together. I like that Willow had Hobbs' t-shirt on as well.
I was so hyped. You were upstairs, I think, doing the Battleground review, and I told you, I was like, the Hobbs did the spine buster, and then Willow, like, she saw him do the spine. She fucking ran in the ring.
Yeah.
And then she does a spine buster to Marina, and Hobbs rips off the big black and jacked shirt, and Willow goes to take off the overalls, and I'm like, show the shirt, show the shirt, show the shirt. And she had the shirt on. It was so good. Her and Hobbs are a good team. Her and Swerve were doing some like tag team moves a couple times. I think if they do intergender wrestling at all as like tag teams, it's gotta be her and Swerve. Hobbs would be fine too. I just think
Eddie. I really would like her and Eddie Kingston.
That could be fun, but her and Swerve I have seen work together really well. They have like this weird chemistry that like you just wouldn't expect, like, just because men and women don't wrestle together.
You're
so
right,
like, you just don't. It's like, but they have like this weird chemistry where they didn't miss a beat.
Yeah.
On those like moves they did together.
Yeah.
So I would like to see
that could also go towards possibly like say the Death Riders break up as they do lose this match right here. Mox could say fuck Wheeler, fuck Claudio. I'm only taking Marina.
He's not gonna do that.
And then that could be an intergender tag. Obviously we saw the ending be the Swerve stomp with the Iversons. I was a little upset. People were like, "Oh, Swerve had thumbtacks in the Jordans." They weren't Jordans. These were the answers. Get the fucking put some motherfucking respect on Allen Iverson, my GOAT. Beautiful spot. Pins Nick Jackson. One of the craziest matches. And we didn't even talk about the music of Anarchy in the arena. It's so good. They play I'm So Excited, which brings me Drake and Josh vibes. And then Kenny says that he likes the song, but they need to change it to something else. Something a little bit more alternative. 2000s.
Yeah.
And they do Bodies by Drowning Pool. So the entire crowd for fucking 15 straight times just let the bodies hit the floor, let the bodies hit. And then they throw Wheeler off to the security, and Kenny kind of like on beat is doing the like fucking head just going crazy. I really do think like as much as I think about all of these clips, like Hobbs is in these like little clips, and it, like in my mind, like he's just like these little parts. I really like what Hobbs did here.
Yeah. I think I mean it's. I don't want to say like I picked them out because they were the only ones, but like Willow Marina I really liked. I think Willow especially I really liked in this match. And like obviously there's only 2 women, so it's easy to pick out the women. But just like in a general sense, I think she was one of my favorites out of everybody in this match because she was just really fun to watch. She was like the embodiment of like I've been given the ball and I'm gonna have a really good fucking time doing it, and I'm gonna make everybody else have a good time.
I think Willow's one of my top like 5 favorite wrestlers.
I've always liked her, but she has really grown on me in this. So I think they're really kind of finding like her perfect mix of like what her character is, but also how hard she can wrestle at the same time.
I think they've realized now she is the answer.
Yeah.
To quote Iverson. She is the baby face. She's I think the main character of the women's division going forward.
Yeah.
She is their Hangman.
Yeah.
And hopefully we see the rest of 2025 be Willow's year.
Yeah.
If Willow is the first one to beat Mercedes, I'm totally okay with that as well.
I do still hope that we get Jack Perry later in the story. I haven't given up hope yet. I think he is still to come.
Brother.
He's still to come.
Let it end. And then we get to the Don Callis family defeating Paragon. Respectfully,
I didn't see much of this. I was getting pie off my face. So
context is very important when you say stuff like that.
We did a bet. I bet on the Death Riders to win. I lost, so Johnny threw a pie at my face. A literal pie. A literal pumpkin pie in my face.
That was great.
So I spent most of this match cleaning that off, but I was very grateful that this match existed in between, so I didn't have to miss the Ospreay match. So thank you, Paragon, for taking the L there.
And though I don't think that most of the people in the arena got a pie in their face, I do think that this was their way of, giving everybody a break. Giving everybody a break. I don't know if it was the right call because I do feel like it kind of took the crowd down a little bit.
I think it was the right call.
But I do like what they do after Don Callis family defeats Paragon, which is very interesting there that Adam Cole, a TNT champion, lost.
After Jack Perry, all the TNT champions seem to lose matches.
The title may be cursed.
Jack wasn't.
Jack was. But then we get the Don Callis family beating up Paragon when Brody King and Tomohiro Ishii come out. And they're waiting for somebody else on the rim, and it ends up being Hiroshi Tanahashi. And the Ace takes out Kyle Fletcher, Takeshita, Josh Alexander. And so I'm going to guess that it's Takeshita Fletcher and Josh Alexander versus Brody King, Ishii, and Tanahashi for Forbidden Door.
Yeah.
And maybe that's after that is when Takeshita goes over to the G1.
If you gave me 30 guesses.
Yeah, 100%.
On who that third person was going to be after Ishii and Brody King, I would have been nowhere near Tanahashi.
No, I thought it was Buddy. I thought Buddy Matthews was coming back. I was like, this is a big spot for him.
I'm going to be real. I knew it wasn't Buddy because ain't no way he getting that presentation.
I thought he was. No. And I was like, they about to push Buddy.
No, it was like I knew it wasn't. Respectfully or not, I don't care.
But yeah, but I thought that this was a really cool spot.
That's probably why it was in this spot. Also, was that like it gave everybody enough time to like go to the bathroom, get your drinks, get your food, get your whatever, come sit back down, and you would see the big moment at the end.
Yeah, and you see it, and you'd be like, "Is that fucking Tanahashi?" And it was like, "Okay, I can't wait for Forbidden Door," and then boom, we're done. And then we get to what is probably my match of the year. I do think Anarchy in the Arena rivals match of the year. I do think that I still hold out Tony and Mariah and Ospreay Fletcher and Gabe Kidd.
Kenny.
Yeah. And the triple threat women's at WrestleMania. But all of those are all in competition, but this one truly may have just beat all of them out. The Owen Hangman Page versus Will Ospreay.
Yeah.
These are, in my opinion, probably the two best wrestlers in the world, and they just proved exactly why they are that. They just proved that they can hold the company up as the face. So much of the cinema, so much in-ring storytelling, it just showed you don't have to just be cutting promos for there to be storytelling. But their promos leading up to it was some of the best promos, and probably my favorite promo of the year was their go-home promo.
Yeah.
And then to follow it up with just as good, if not an even better, in-ring presentation was just special. These two are just special, man. It's these are who you build a company around.
And I really like that we're getting some of that out of Ospreay more often. I made my little TikTok about it, and I was like, listen, Ospreay is getting into his emotional bag.
He is.
Okay? His promos, he always did like hype promos, and they were always good. But he's starting to get more into like character-driven promos with the last like 6 months or so between the story with Fletcher, now Hangman, going after Mox. Like, he's starting to really get into his bag, and it's just as good, as not better, than the hype promos he used to do. I would credit Hangman for his promos as well, but motherfucker has always been emotional, and just there's a lot going on up there. So it's just, he's always been good at that.
Millennial anxious cowboy. Anxious millennial cowboy.
Yes, he is. Yes. But yeah, this was definitely, I think this was probably one of the most clear-cut, like, telling a story in the ring matches that you could see. Like, they pretty much laid it out for you like you're 5. Like, if you're watching for the first time, you see what's happening.
There's no subtlety. Like, it's not like, if you know, you know. That sometimes AEW is known to do, especially when it's, some stuff that you need to know from, like, New Japan and history and stuff. No,
you didn't have to watch Dynamite to understand this match. I also think low-key commentary did good for this match as well. So, like, you didn't have to, like, watch Dynamite. Like, there were a lot of people either commenting on our social media or telling us in chat that this was, like, their first AEW pay-per-view, or some of them their first AEW show ever.
Yeah.
And I think they did a really good job of making this match be understood by everybody, whether you watched it before or not.
Taz was really good on this call.
Taz is really good in like these big dramatic moments. He really is,
because he doesn't lose it in the same way. And I'm okay with, like, a Vic Joseph or a Mauro Ranallo, like, losing it because they're so hyped about the moment. But he's really good about, like, when I was talking about, like, the Ospreay, like, shootout.
Yeah.
And then he's just slowly, as it's happening, he's just like, this is what Ospreay was talking about. This is the shootout.
Yeah.
And he was like, they're going to hit each other with their best. Bang! And he just goes, and Hangman's was better. Like, he's just really good at...
He's got good timing.
His timing is so good. It's why Taz is my favorite commentator.
Yeah, he's really good. He's really good.
This match was truly monumentally great. They both, as I was saying, went to do the shootout. They both hit each other with their best shot. I thought then that was it. Hangman had the better shot.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't.
Yeah.
And then it was going into a V trigger, and it was taking your rival's move.
Yeah.
And it was almost, all right, I'm going to use my hatred to exercise this demon out on you.
It was funny because when he did Swerve's finisher, he did the move, and I went, "What is that?"
Yeah.
I'm like, I know that
pressure.
move. Where do I know that from? Like, that's the Hangman's. But I couldn't. It took me a second because like Swerve's finisher was like not on my mind.
That was kind of, I don't know. I don't know if that's what they were trying to do, but for me that was them attempting to like exercise their hate and their demons.
Yeah.
To go, all right, I'm gonna bottle up this hate that I have that will always probably live inside me to get to where I want to be. Obviously, Ospreay was not able to hit the one-winged angel, but Paige is able to hit big pressure. But then Ospreay's foot just dangles right there on the rope. Was so good. I do find it interesting. Ospreay has Hangman hooked, and he goes up. And it's very interesting because he can go for either move, and he decides to go for the Stormbreaker.
Oh, instead of the...
I question whether Ospreay hit him with his best shot. Me personally. Yeah. And I think that's a way to hold it out for All In when he ends up winning the championship in 2026, in my opinion. Because he doesn't go for the Tiger Driver, and I think that he's going to have to if he wants to win these big moments. But he goes for the Stormbreaker, misses it, gets hit with a lariat, and then buckshot, boom, Hangman wins. And Hangman chooses to do what he didn't do against Swerve at All Out, and that is to walk back down the ramp to give Ospreay his praise. There's many people that are contemplating whether Ospreay is going to turn heel, whether he's going to go back on his word. I don't think he should, because I don't think that Ospreay should be a heel personally. At least not now.
Yeah. It wouldn't make sense to have him turn now.
I like the idea of Ospreay and Swerve teaming up against the Young Bucks at All In. Because I think that Ospreay can be the mediator to see the good in both Hangman and Swerve, and to kind of see their best versions of each other. But yeah, this was a special match, man, and a special pay-per-view. This is probably my pay-per-view of the year as well.
It definitely, and it's funny because people, I said that online, and people were responding back and being like, "Well, until All In." Because All In, maybe. I'm like, okay, maybe until All In. But I think this is definitely just like, I do think it's pay-per-view of the year and like quality also, but I think for me it's just personal favorite pay-per-view of the year. I don't know if one will be better.
I'm gonna be honest. I love All In. I'm very excited for it. I doubt that All In is better than this pay-per-view.
I just love me an Anarchy in the Arena. And that really like sets it over for me.
Well, we had the Anarchy. Well, no, it could be. It could be, I think, more consistent than this pay-per-view. While there is a lot of great stuff in here, I could see All In just having like crazy-ass bangers, but I don't know if any match at All In is better than Anarchy in the Arena or the main event of Hangman Ospreay. However, I will say that about AEW, and then they will prove me wrong time and time again. Because they just continue to elevate the matches. So. Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah, incredible show. This is my pay-per-view of the year so far.
Yeah.
But we will see if that remains. What was your guys' favorite match for this one? Was Hangman Ospreay your match of the year? If not, what was your match of the year? Because it might have been Anarchy in the Arena.
In this. I think Anarchy in the Arena might be mine.
I've seen some people saying Okada Speedball. So.
Oh, interesting. Okay, sure.
Wasn't up there for me, but it was great.
That's all right. All right. Let us know in the comments what you think, what your favorite match was, if this is your pay-per-view of the year. If not, what is it? And thank you for watching.
And give me some of your All In theories.
Yes.
Deuces.